Good morning and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our daily get-together live here on Facebook every day of the week. And of course, this is the place where we get together to exchange headlines or comment headlines and comments and questions and ideas and suggestions and all kinds of information that help us connect with our city, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English-speaking locals. Today, as always, it's a pleasure to get together with you, except for a small detail. Today, we are not going live. Today, we are enjoying a special pre-recorded edition of Coffee and Headlines, which we are titling Countdown to Taco Tuesday. That's right. We have been talking about Taco Tuesday for a while, and we are officially starting Taco Tuesday this coming week. But today, for this special pre-recorded edition of Coffee and Headlines, we are going to do what we're calling the countdown to Taco Tuesday. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. In today's video, we will first do a quick overview of the different taco types most commonly found here in Puerto Vallarta and the times of day during which they are usually enjoyed. Indeed, there is such a thing as tacos that are enjoyed commonly during the morning, some during the afternoon, and some during the evening, for example. Then we will do a quick overview of taco eateries already mentioned in our Versalles For Foodies map, and we will also explain what this map is all about. And but first, let's start with this idea of Taco Tuesday. What is it and how did it come about? Well, as you know, we've been broadcasting live since last year. Our 1-year anniversary is coming up on the 31st of March. And at some point in the recent past, I decided I would start doing Walking Wednesday as a way to challenge myself to go out of the house on a regular basis and go out and show you different areas of Puerto Vallarta or specific businesses or places or people so that you could get acquainted with that. And that has several goals. Obviously, it goes within the goal of connecting us with our environment, but it also gets me out of the house, quite honestly. And it is always fun to go out with my cameras, both the 360-degree camera and the still photo camera, to show you different places. And then, as you know, I love music, and at some point I decided, well, what about Music Monday? And we've been doing great music segments every Monday of the week. So we have Walking Wednesday and we have Music Monday. And then all of a sudden, one of you suggested, well, what about Taco Tuesday? You also suggested Thirsty Thursdays, but that might be a little bit too much or too soon. My first reaction to Taco Tuesday was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much work. And what am I going to do? But then it occurred to me, I love tacos. I eat them pretty much several times a week, every week. And then it occurred to me, I enjoy enough taco places, whether they're restaurants or street stands, that we could absolutely talk about tacos for some time in the near future. So what we're going to be doing is every Tuesday, moving forward, we will talk about a specific taco place that I know, or perhaps it could be a taco place that you recommend in our broadcast so that I can get to see some new places, of course. And we're going to talk about why we go to those places, what makes them special, and so forth and so on. But we will do this indefinitely, by the way. We're going to do this until we get tired of Taco Tuesday. But with so many taco places in town, chances are we're not going to get tired of this idea anytime in the near future. So it is very likely that we will do this indefinitely. But first, let us review some of the common taco types that you are likely to find here in Puerto Vallarta. As you know, or you may not be aware of this, there are enough taco varieties through Mexico that you could actually eat one different kind of taco every single day of a year, and you would still have a way to go as far as the different styles of tacos served during the country. What can we find, excuse me, what can we find here in Puerto Vallarta? Well, let's start with the basics. We're not going to cover all types of tacos, but we're definitely going to take a stab at some of the most common ones. So, Let's start with tacos de asada. Tacos de carne asada, or grilled beef tacos, are most popular in northern Mexico, but they are very, very common here. They are probably the most common types of tacos you can find. They are usually made with corn tortillas, and the most frequent beef cut used for these tacos is the arrachera, or flank, because of its soft texture and flavor. Pretty much any restaurant in town that you go to that serves tacos de asada, they're going to be obviously beef tacos, and they're going to be made of arrachera. That's like number one type of tacos. But arguably, the most popular tacos in Mexico are tacos al pastor, which are made with pork that is marinated with achiote, which is a series of Mexican spices, and peppers and orange. And interestingly enough, tacos al pastor are derived from Middle Eastern food, from meat cuts served on pita bread. Tacos al pastor are the ones that are sold in that cone that you see sometimes at taco places, and that cone is not that different from a traditional Middle Eastern gyros, which, I experience a lot in the United States. Well, this Middle Eastern food must have come to Mexico at some point, and Mexico must have eventually replaced the gyros with Mexican-style pork. And of course, the pita bread was replaced with tortillas. So these tacos are usually served at night, and they are usually garnished with a different set of Mexican type salsas. And it is quite common to garnish them with pineapple as well. So the combination of the flavor of the pineapple plus the meat marinated in sweet flavors that come from the orange, plus adding a little bit of squirted lime juice, it is just absolutely fantastic. And of course, tacos al pastor are most commonly enjoyed during the evening. Also made of pork are tacos de carnitas. Now, these come from the state of Michoacán, but can be readily be found here in Puerto Vallarta, and they're usually made from pork loin, but other entrails are commonly used and served. Interestingly enough, tacos de carnitas and tacos al pastor have one thing in common. They are served usually in dedicated stands. For example, when you want to eat tacos al pastor, you go to a tacos al pastor taqueria or street stand, whereas if you want tacos de carnitas, you go to a very specific taco de carnitas venue. I mentioned the entrails, or the different parts of the animal, earlier. Usually when you go eat tacos de carnitas, you enjoy tacos that are made of meat, which means you order tacos that are made of maciza, which means just the pork loin, or you can enjoy tacos de surtido or mishmash, and this involves eating just about every part of the animal. Every part of the pork is used. Why would you want to choose that? Well, some people like the mishmash because it is more flavorful than just the meat. It is a matter of choice. Then, of course, we have to talk about birria tacos, because birria is a meat stew that is from our own state, the state of Jalisco. And while birria is enjoyed as a stew when you go to a birria place, and again, birria is most commonly served at birria restaurants or birria taco stands, and it is enjoyed as a stew. You get a little bowl with your birria. You can order tortillas on the side, but birria is frequently enjoyed in tacos as well. That means the tacos have been prepared for you, and these tacos can usually be either soft or crunchy depending on your particular taste. And the birria itself, the stew, is usually made from either beef or lamb. And these are either morning or early afternoon tacos. It's very rare to find a place that serves birria at night, just as it's very rare to find a place that serves tacos al pastor in the morning. Why is that? I couldn't tell you. This is just the tradition of these particular types of tacos. Now, next on our list is tacos de canasta, which literally means basket tacos, and they originated in the state of Tlaxcala, and they're most commonly consumed in central Mexico. They are literally carried around by the salesperson in baskets, and they are kept warm with layers of plastic and fabric. So the salesperson will go out early in the morning with a big basket full of tacos. Excuse me. And tacos de canasta are prepared with either meat or beans or several other types of stews. So when the salesperson comes to you, you get to ask how many tacos you want of this, that, and the other, so forth and so on. Tacos de canasta can also be enjoyed at certain restaurants, certain eateries. There is, for example, a Tacos de Canasta place at Plaza Caracol, right outside of Soriana, that serves very beautiful, very yummy tacos, and we will be visiting that location at some point so that we can become acquainted with them. Now let's talk about the entrails. We talked about the different unconventional parts of the animal earlier, and tacos are frequently made out of unconventional parts of the cow or the pork. These are very common. We talk here about tacos de cabeza, which means head tacos, when they're actually tacos made out of the cow brains. A lot of people enjoy these quite much. So it's not uncommon to find taco stands that specialize in entrail tacos or the different animal parts, of which my personal favorites are either cow lip tacos or cow tongue tacos. So this might make you squirm a little bit, but there are a lot of people that I know, both Mexican nationals and foreigners, that love these types of tacos, and perhaps this is something that you may want to try at some point. Again, for me, cow lip tacos are absolutely delicious, and so are cow tongue tacos. And of course, being a coastal destination, fish tacos are a must here in Puerto Vallarta. I must confess, being a city boy, or one who was raised in a Mexican city away from the ocean, when I first came to Puerto Vallarta, the notion of eating fish tacos was completely foreign to me. But now, of course, I adore them. And fish tacos in this context includes both tacos that are actually made from fish meat, but we also refer to seafood tacos that are made of such creatures as shrimp and octopus. And again, we can find this in dedicated restaurants. We can find them on street stands. And I'm missing out on other kinds of specialty tacos that we will be talking about as we move on with this new project of Taco Tuesday. Now, we mentioned Versalles For Foodies earlier, and it's worth asking, what are we doing with Taco Tuesday? Well, let's talk about Versalles For Foodies for a second. This is very familiar to many people that know our daily broadcast. Several months ago, we launched an interactive map, which is called Versalles For Foodies. And this is a map because yours truly lives right one block away from Versalles, and it's been always in my heart to support Versalles eateries. We decided to launch a map that features, right now it says 26, but I think we have more maps, more eateries right now. We have close to 30 essential eateries and restaurants and food-related shops that are here in Versalles that you absolutely have to know. So the way the map works is every time we go and experience a new restaurant, we figure out that they're following all the guidelines for the pandemic and so forth and so on. We take photos, we figure out where the location is, we put it in a map, and this map can be consulted either from your home computer or laptop, or you can look at it on your disposable your portable tablet or device, or your cell phone, and so forth and so on. And we originally created Versalles For Foodies, the map, as a perk for supporting members of Coffee and Headlines. We have now made it available for the general public, and I will share the bookmark so that you can find this map on the show notes today. Why am I telling you this? Well, because needless to say, we are going to be releasing a separate map just for Taco Tuesday. And this will be, again, a map that is interactive, where we place the location of all the taco stands or taco restaurants or taco eateries that we visit, with a brief description and a photograph so that you can find them on the map. And because this map will refer to places located all over the city, you are likely to enjoy it wherever you are. The one thing that we're not going to include in this map, of course, are places where you are served something and you are served tortillas on the side. That is quite common in some restaurants, that you order a dish or something and that can be accompanied with tortillas. But we're not going to include those. We are only going to include places where your plate has a taco or different tacos on it, whether they're made of seafood or beef or whatever. And of course, during the first few months, this this Taco Tuesday map will only be available as a perk for supporting members of our projects. So we will be so very happy to share the information about how you can become a sustaining member. Why are we a sustaining member situation? Well, because we decided from the beginning of Coffee and Headlines that we would not allow for advertisers in the broadcast, and we're sticking to that. We want to make sure that all the information that we share is credible and or generated by the community itself. Supporting our program, supporting our projects is not expensive. You can either do it on a monthly or annual subscription, or you can buy us coffee. That's the equivalent of making a small contribution or a tip. And most people that watch regularly are familiar with this concept, but if you're watching for the first time, I want to make sure that you are familiar with what we're doing. So, speaking of Versalles For Foodies, several of the eateries located in the Versalles For Foodies, or included in the Versalles For Foodies map, happen to be taco places or taquerias or restaurants that serve tacos, but we've referred to them on a very general way as a restaurant that you can visit in Versalles. Needless to say, we are going to go back and revisit some of these places through time, because we want to talk more specifically about their taco features. So we will be revisiting some of these and including them with new taco places that we haven't discussed. But for example, in Versalles For Foodies, we discussed La Matona Tacos and Grill, and this is a perfect example where in the past we referred to La Matona in general terms, but we did not necessarily include the fact that the star offering from this restaurant is a 50 centimeter long taco. I mean, a ginormous taco, which you can order. So we have to go back and experience one of these. Personally, I've never tried one, but this is a perfect example of why it is important to also go back and revisit some of these Versalles eateries, more specifically from the point of view of the tacos. Another place that we have to go back to because it's legendary and it's wonderful, it's Birria El Tío Toño. When we went, we talked about it from the birria point of view, as in the stew, the meat stew, but we didn't actually look at the types of tacos that you can enjoy at this place. So we, at some point, are going to be going back to Birria El Tío Toño to show you what the tacos actually look like. Another taqueria that we have visited in the past and we'll go back to is La Parrilla de Villa. Again, when we discussed it for the map, we discussed it in very general terms, but we're going to go back and take a look at what this special taqueria serves as far as tacos are concerned. So it'll be fun to take new photographs and new description of what is available there. We have, of course, visited Taqueria Huichos, which is one of those places that specializes on tacos al pastor. You can see the tacos al pastor stand on the right, but there is a special place. Well, there's a place where you can sit down and eat. You can see the taco meat in this photograph, and we will, of course, go back and take more photographs and take a closer look at it. And of course, you know, we talked about seafood tacos before, and we would have to go back at some point to some of the seafood tacos that we have mentioned here in the Versalles For Foodies map, but more specifically look at their tacos, their seafood tacos, such as is the case with Mariscos Freddy, which serves all kinds of different seafood, but they also include seafood tacos in their menu. This is a really wonderful place located here in Colonia Versalles. And along the lines of that, we also recently visited Cayo Blanco, a beautiful brand new restaurant in Versalles, where you can have all kinds of tacos, very similar in style to the tacos you find, for example, at this place that, why does it always escape my mind when I'm talking, Barracuda, which is a very popular restaurant. We visited Barracuda before, but we're going to have to go back to Barracuda, just as we're going to have to go back to Cayo Blanco and take more specific attention at their tacos, because they are absolutely wonderful and very delicious to enjoy. And last but not least, we have to go back to Abulon. Abulon is a beautiful al fresco seafood restaurant that also serves amazing shrimp tacos and other seafood tacos that are very, very enjoyable and very, very flavorful. So next week, we are going to be launching our map with some of these places that we have already explored and enjoyed, but we are also going to start next week with brand new taco places that we're going to be enjoying. So this is just a little bit of a taste as to what of what our Countdown to Taco Tuesday is all about and what the Taco Tuesday project is about. So your homework, if you should wish to accept it, is if there are taco places that you love and enjoy and would like to share with us to go and explore, please let us know. Use either the message function of the Facebook page. You can also use the contact website on the contact page on the website, so that you can let us know what your favorite taco places are. We will go visit them and check them out, so that we can continue talking about tacos every Tuesday. And why not? We all love the tacos. And of course, eventually we're going to do with Taco Tuesday what we've started doing with the music features and the walking features. We're going to put them on YouTube as standalone videos, so you can enjoy them at your leisure, and we can end up with this amazing library of great resources and great places to explore and discover and enjoy here in Puerto Vallarta. So that brings us to the end of our Countdown to Taco Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed today's pre-recorded segment. And again, I apologize that we are pre-recording, but yours truly was due for a little getaway, and that is what is happening. Tomorrow is Walking Wednesday, and of course, we are going to walk somewhere. Where are we going to walk? I have no idea as I'm recording this broadcast, but rest assured that we will try to go to a place that is truly wonderful, and it will be pre-recorded as well. So between now and then, again, I hope you enjoyed today's pre-recorded program. I hope you'll stay kind. I hope you'll stay kind. And I said I hope you'll stay kind twice, didn't I? No, I'm not going to edit that. Stay kind, stay happy, stay in touch, stay healthy, stay hungry, because there's a lot more food coming our way. Have a great day, and I will see you again soon.